Hello everybody, I'm SnipingIsFun, and in today's video it's going to basically be a continuation video of the video I did a couple days ago that if I was the president of Nintendo of America, what games I would bring out for the Wii in 2012, like if I had the control over what games to bring out kind of a thing. It's basically a continuation of that, but from the aspect of what months I would release those games in, kind of a thing. And I might be doing update videos like this later. Like maybe I'm like, oh, maybe that month didn't seem right, so I'm gonna replace it or something. I mean, for games that don't have legitimate months, kind of a thing. But in the future, I might do an update video. Like, okay, that month doesn't sound right. Maybe I'll switch it to this month or so. But besides that, this will be the first one I have right now. And the only two games I added to it was actually adding Dragon Quest X there, as well as Epic Mickey 2 to all the games I had on that list. And I'm basically gonna this video talk about when I think what months I think these games should come out in. And like I said, I'll probably do an update and continuation in the future. I'll add some more games, I'll change some months and stuff like that. But right now I'm gonna do this and let you guys know if I were to release them, the month in general when I would release those games. And let's start off with Mario Party 9. I think that game's already been confirmed for January, and I think that is a good month in and of itself because it's a good start to the year, and just put Mario Party out there and get it done with so we don't have to worry about that. That's done and gone with. When it comes to Rhythm Heaven, I think that game's been confirmed for March as well. That game's been confirmed for release as well, so I'd keep it there too. As of yesterday, now we know actually that Xenoblade Chronicles is going to be coming here, and it's going to be coming here in April. If I had to say so in it, I would probably bring it out earlier than that, but for this aspect, I'm going to keep it the way it actually is, and I'm going to keep it at April. For the last story, I would bring it out in February. I'd have it released the same month as the European version, like a couple of days difference. Like they probably get a couple of days before us, like before America gets it, but it's the same month. It's the whole aspect of like what happened to Zelda Skyward Sword. They got 2 days before America, so it's kind of like maybe a week or so, or some within that February aspect. I'm not gonna do. If I was in the head of America, I would not be pulling what I did with Xenoblade with Last Story in Pandora's Tower. I would make sure those games come around the release date they have in other countries, and Nintendo of Europe already has it set for February, so I would get the rights to that game, set it up, and get it all released here within that time. Pandora's Tower I'd have released in June. I'd have it talked about at E3 and released a week or two later, like maybe a reveal at E3, like someone talking about it, like Reggie or someone talking about it, or well, not Reggie, because technically since I'm the president of the company, I'd be talking about it, but you know, the president, someone in the company talking about it, maybe showing a trailer or something, and they'd be on the show floor for people to play, and have it released a week or two after E3 2012. For Earthseeker, I'd have that game released in May of 2012, as would I with Rodea the Sky Soldier, both the 3DS and Wii versions. I have those two games released both in May. Like, kind of like a after Xenoblade and Last Story kind of a thing, but before Pandora's Tower and other games. The new Fatal Frame, I'd make sure it comes out in October, as would I with the Fatal Frame 4. I'd bring both of them out there to go along with the Halloween feel. They'd both be brought out for Halloween. Like, you know, since October is obviously Halloween, I'd make sure both of those games, since they're like horror, survival type games, I'd make sure both of them come out that same month. And possibly do like a bundle of them together too, like a deal, like a pack, a mega pack or something of them together probably too. Certain versions or so. When it comes to Dragon Quest Collections, I'd make sure that game comes out in September, because I would have Dragon Quest X come out in November, because I would see the Wii U coming out in November. Dragon Quest X is for Wii in Wii U, and it's pretty much going to be probably a launch title. So it'd be like Twilight Princess was to the GameCube and Wii. It's going to be like a release still on the Wii, but one of the launch titles and from the start on Wii U. And then a month before, I'd make sure Dragon Quest Collections, since I would be in a company, since I as Nintendo would be putting so much effort into getting Dragon Quest X, I'd be getting Dragon Quest Collections as well. And like that month build up to Dragon Quest X, I'd release Dragon Quest Collections to build up that hype, to add to the hype. People would buy it on their way to the hype for those that want Dragon Quest X. For Dynamic Slash, I'd have that game released in July. It'd be talked about at E3 probably on the show floor and released a month later. It'd be one of those Motion Plus games. It'd be like another Motion Plus game, and I'd have it released in July. For Sengoku Basara Utage, I'd had that game released in September, which is around the same time back in 2010 when the first one for the Wii came out. So it was around like September or October or so when that came out to America in 2010. So I'd make sure around that same time, I'm going to say September, that Utage is going to come out as well. For Another Code R and for Disaster Day Crisis, I'd bring both of those games out in August. I make sure both of those games come out in August. Just as some more games, they'd be probably shown on the show floor probably at E3 as well. For that new minor Nintendo franchise game, I said, no matter what it is, if it's a Wii Blank Series title or just another small title, I'd bring that regardless out in September. It'd be obviously shown off at E3, talked about, trailered, show floor. It would come out around September-ish. I'd release it around September-ish. And Epic Mickey 2 around September as well. Because that was September, October, November was when the first one came out back in 2010. So around that same time, just like Sengoku Basara, I'd bring out for 2012 Epic Mickey 2. And that's it right there, folks. That's, as of now, those games are on my list. I will be doing a future video on this, maybe like early 2012, an update video to this maybe, where I change a few months around and probably add some games to it, because me as the president of Nintendo of America, like I stated in the video when I actually talked about what games I would bring to the thing, I'd make sure the Wii's last year was pretty big, and I'd make sure all these games come out, and I as a president, I would look back at what Nintendo of Japan did this year in 2011, where they had like a good game like every single month, and I'd kind of do that in 2012 for America. I know I missed a few months there, and I know I added some games, more than one game to certain months, but sometimes that's what's going to happen. There's going to be certain games, more than one game a month kind of thing. I make sure there's at least one, decent to good, great game a month in the last year, and some months obviously will have more, and then there would be but this is just these games right here. There's going to be, like I said in the other video, there's the other average little new games coming out, what's revealed at E3 and everything, and those games will be placed at the end of the year or in between all these games, but these are the only games I want to talk about, and I'm going to go over them one more time. I'd have, since it's already confirmed pretty much, Mario Party in January, Rhythm Heaven in March, and Xenoblade Chronicles in April. I'd make sure the last story comes out with the European release in February. I would not pull up like 5-6 months later kind of a thing and have it released in September or anything, or June or July. I wouldn't pull it. I'd make sure it comes out the same month. And Pandora's Tower, make sure it comes out in June, which is probably when the European release will get it anyways. I'd make sure Pandora's Tower comes out in June. So it's like 2 months spread apart. February, April, and June. For both Fatal Frame, the new one in 4, I'd have both come out in October. Dragon Quest Collections in September. Dragon Quest X in November. Like, leading up to it, like I said. The game's going to lead up to it like that. September and October kind of a thing. Build up to November with that game. But it's going to be released in September. Both Earthseeker and Rodea the Sky Soldier I'd have released in May. Dynamic Slash in July. Sengoku Basara Utage in September. another Code R in August, as well as Disaster Day Crisis in August, and Epic Mickey 2 in September, and the new minor Nintendo game in September as well. That's it for now, folks. Hope you guys liked this video. Put in the comment section what you think about the months I said for these games, and if you have a choice of what months would you say. Would you change my months, or would you go along with them? Which ones do you agree with or disagree with? I'd like to see your guys' opinions. Put your own list down there and include different games. If you want to include other games, if you were in control, like I stated in the last video, when would you have them released, kind of a thing. And that's that. I will do another one of these videos in the future, folks. I hope you guys like this, and I'll see you guys later. Please subscribe if you want to, and bye.